Right now, the latest out of Necedah after a weekend home fire. We have the names of those who died, plus how the incident is raising questions of regulating home rentals. Plus, President Joe Biden is making a campaign stop to the Badger State. We'll tell you when and where.
And we do have a, relatively speaking, nice day ahead once those clouds move out of here, high humidity levels, but storms return tomorrow. We'll time those out.
Good morning and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Michelle Renee Quinn, filling in for Chris Stanford, who's off this week. Let's bring it over to meteorologist Savannah Brito here now with your first warn weather.
Thank you, Michelle Renee. We will see some sunshine. Just got to get our heads out of those clouds. Thick clouds pretty much all across southern Wisconsin, but sunshine will return by later this morning into the early afternoon. Temperatures all across southern Wisconsin for the most part are in the 60s, but we do have some areas that did hold overnight at 70. Nonetheless, well above average, but it's very humid outside. With the humidity comes an increased level for storm chances tomorrow. Isolated in the afternoon, could cause a damper on some plans, though, for the 4th of July and fireworks shows. We'll show what radar could look like coming up in a little bit. But muggy conditions definitely stick with us. Dew points are already sitting above 65 this morning, even close to 70 still out there in some locations. That kind of sticks with us through Independence Day weekend, even into early next week. So unfortunately, it's not going to be as nice as what we just had Sunday or Monday this past week. The next several days, it stays muggy, and then also temperatures near normal, though, besides today and tomorrow will be a little bit warmer than that. This is the latest Storm Prediction Center outlook for best chances of strong to even severe thunderstorms, Madison and also northwestward. We'll time out and show what future track could look like out there tomorrow evening, and especially the overnight hours coming up a little later. Back to you.
Thanks, Savannah. And to our top stories this morning, authorities are investigating a home explosion in the town of Lafayette. It leveled a home on Culo Road yesterday afternoon at 5. A man was taken from the scene to a hospital by a Flight for Life helicopter. He's believed to be the only person inside the home at the time of the blast, but his condition is unknown at this time. To an update on a fire on the east side of Madison. One crew is still at the scene monitoring after spending the night there. This after dozens of fire units spent hours yesterday attempting to extinguish a fire in a commercial building. 911 callers reported hearing an explosion at a warehouse-type building on Vondran Road at around noon, followed by plumes of black smoke seen coming from the building. Madison Fire says large cardboard boxes were being stored inside, and that was helping fuel the fire. It's not known at this time what led to the explosion and fire, but no one was hurt. To continuing coverage in Adams County, where authorities are investigating what appears to be a double homicide. It comes after the bodies of a mother and her adult son were found dead on a Strongs Prairie property. The body of 62-year-old Sharon Miller was first discovered Thursday morning after deputies were called to a home for a welfare check. They didn't find her there, but noticed the ground disturbed, got a search warrant, and dug up a body. Initially, they didn't know where her son, 37-year-old Jamie Lumby, was and wanted to get in contact with him, but his body was later found and discovered on the property. Both deaths are being investigated as homicides after autopsies were performed. We've reached out to the sheriff's office for a photo of Miller, but haven't received one at this time. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says it has not identified any suspects so far. To Juneau County, where we now know the names of those who died from a house fire over the weekend. They are 66-year-old Stephen Lance Whitty, 38-year-old Cheris Ann Cool, 35-year-old Lydia Marie Whitty, and 3 kids aged 2, 5, and 8. The family was renting the home while on vacation. The Juneau County Sheriff's Office says the fire appears to be accidental in nature. The fire is raising questions about how short-term rental homes are regulated. The home was in the township of Germantown near Necedah. Germantown does not regulate rental properties, but both Juneau County and the state of Wisconsin do. And as of Sunday, the owner of the home did not have a rental license, meaning it should not have been listed as a short-term rental. Juneau County officials say these rentals through companies like Airbnb and Vrbo are becoming increasingly popular. It's resulted in more eyes on the regulations of these short stay agreements meant to ensure properties are up to health and safety codes.
We require smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors dependent on fuel burning appliances and sleeping rooms. So yeah, there are regulations that that we follow. And then there's obvious building code and fire code as well.
County officials say the fine for operating without a license like this one is double the licensing fee. As for the cause of the fire, that's still unknown at this time. Since taking over as Madison Police Chief in 2021, Sean Barnes has made an effort for his department to reduce violent crime and improve transparency. In the first half of 2024, Madison has seen just 2 homicides. Sitting down with Barnes, he says that's an improvement over the 7 from the first half of last year, telling us this is thanks to help from both the community and his department.
I saw a report about another city in America. They've had 3, and they were being heralded as doing something right. We've had 2, so I think we're doing something right as well. And I think our officers and staff are to be commended.
This conversation came less than a month after a weekend in which there were 3 shootings in Madison. You can find the full conversation on our website, channel3000.com. Here's a live look at the White House. We are 124 days out from the election, and President Joe Biden is having to restore voters' confidence in him after a shaky debate performance. As part of that effort, the president will travel to Madison this Friday for a rally. His campaign confirmed the plans yesterday. Biden last visited Madison in early April, giving a speech about his student loan debt relief plan at Madison College. He also visited and spoke at a union training center in DeForest in February 2023. The White House has not announced specific plans for this week's visit. For voters this fall, reproductive rights will serve as one of many issues when considering candidates. Now, the Wisconsin Supreme Court says it will hear challenges to the state's 175-year-old abortion ban. One case was brought by Planned Parenthood and is asking the court to create the constitutional right to abortion. With the court now having a 4-3 liberal majority, it's very likely this could happen. We asked Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin what that would mean for the service here.
If the court does establish that our state constitution protects that right, certainly I think we will need to look at other abortion restrictions and how those might measure up under a Wisconsin state constitutional protection to abortion.
Abortion in Wisconsin remains legal right now due to a decision by a Dane County judge. The judge said the 1849 law that was thought to outlaw abortion does not apply to consensual medical abortions. While legal across the state, abortions are only being performed at Planned Parenthood locations in Dane, Milwaukee, and Sheboygan counties. A bilingual nonprofit dental clinic here in Madison is celebrating what will soon be its new home. Affordable dental care will move into a new facility on Aberg Avenue on the city's north side, not far from its current location on Fordham Ave. The 4,000 square foot space will feature 8 treatment rooms, a conference lab, sterilization space, and more.
It's very rewarding to be able to give people their smiles back. I think it's a silent language, a smile, and it really speaks volumes about our being and everything.
Dental Care believes it will be able to serve up to 5,000 patients a year in this new space. Many patients who are long overdue for a proper teeth cleaning. And it is currently 6:08. Let's check in with the Midwest Farm Reports. Pam Yonke. Good morning, Pam.
Rolling along on a Wednesday morning, Michelle. A lot of things going on around the state of Wisconsin. Of course, many folks getting ready for 4th of July. Some folks are already celebrating in their own way. At the Alliant Energy Center with our New Holland pavilions, we've been active all week with the National Junior Angus Association Summer Conference in town. And I'll tell you what, if you've driven past, maybe you've noticed the crowd of people that are on hand. For a lot of families, this is their summer vacation. For a lot of farm kids, things like county fairs and shows like this, that's the family break. According to Caitlin Brandt, who is the event manager for the National Junior Angus Association, she said they've got 38 different states that are represented at the event this week and 2 provinces from Canada. Like I said, a lot of family-focused activities in the event. They've also got a lot of cattle that are taking up space in the New Holland pavilions. California, Texas, Pennsylvania, Florida, and every place in between, Caitlin said, said that they are mindful of not only the animals' comfort, but also the biosecurity side of things, coordinating all those animals' movements with our Wisconsin state veterinarians and animal officials. And it's a pretty good shot in the arm as far as the economics of Madison and Dane County. Caitlin Brandt says some of the studies that they've done show when the National Junior Angus kids show up, they bring along with them anywhere from $1.2 to $1.5 million. So we welcome them and certainly hope that they enjoy their time here. They are going to be in that space at the Alliant Energy Center and New Holland Pavilions right on into the weekend. So if you're around, maybe you want to swing on by and see what those young people are up to. True professionals. You see them grooming up those cattle and being mentored by some of the adults and leaders that are around. That's what it's all about for the National Junior Angus Association. Glad that Madison could host you. Quick look at calendar items for you. Don't forget, as I mentioned before, we've got the Stoughton Junior Fair, Mant Park in Stoughton, going on through the weekend. Hopefully they'll be able to have fireworks on Thursday. And the Marquette County Fair also happening up in Westfield. Don't forget about those opportunities for your family vacation time.
So we've got quite a few things coming up, but first we want to check in with Savannah. Savannah, what's coming up?
Michelle, Renee, we are going to see some isolated to scattered storms tomorrow afternoon. I'll talk about when we could see the best chance and if that could damper your 4th of July plans.
And coming up, meet a Badger headed to Paris for the Olympics. That's next in sports.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a tough new 2024 Tacoma for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer. Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy-efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases like live streaming.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues,
ready?
Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. Which is good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Voted 2023 Best Morning Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Welcome back. Veterans on Madison's Far East Side will soon be better able to receive health care. A new VA clinic on East Park Boulevard celebrated its ribbon cutting yesterday. The VA says many veterans being served by the Madison West VA clinic actually live closer to this location, making it more convenient for them to get the healthcare services they need. 2 years ago, shovels were dug into the dirt for the building's groundbreaking. Now it's nearly ready to open its doors.
This clinic has been a long time coming, but throughout the entire process, we have kept our veterans at the center of what we do. This clinic is for you. You proudly served our country. Now we proudly serve you.
The VA's East Madison clinic will officially open next Wednesday, July 10th. And meteorologist Savannah Brito is here now with your first warn weather.
Thank you, Michelle Renee. Today is going to shape up to be a beautiful day, relatively speaking, once we get those clouds to move out of here. And also the humidity, that'll be a factor, but really that's probably the only complaint. Warm but comfortable for the 4th of July. Humid, we stay and see dew points that are still going to be about 65 to 70 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Isolated storm chance, our better chance though, is going to come during the overnight hours, or at least evening, late evening, early overnight hours, which will time out in a minute. 67 in Madison, 69 in Oregon, 68 in Belleville, and 67 degrees in Mount Horeb. Temperatures outside of Dane County, similar 70s out there just to our south. 72 in Janesville, 73 in Milwaukee. Madison and also northwestward, they did get upgraded to a marginal risk. Yesterday, we only saw that kind of west of the La Crosse area, but we are going to track some isolated, possibly stronger storms if we are able to see these hold and travel through southern Wisconsin. Hail and also gusty winds, those are going to be really the only threats that we see. The tornado threat is not going to be present just because most of these storms are going to remain elevated. So mix of sunshine and clouds today, similar tomorrow until we see those isolated showers track in. The morning's going to be dry. I think we could see brief downpours though that potentially impact your plans for the evening. This is looking at about 4:30, between 4 and 5 p.m. And then we do see them become a little bit more widespread, especially northwest of Madison. At about 11, I'd say between 10 and 11, we'll start to see these move in. So most of the fireworks shows, estimating probably 9:30 p.m. that those start, should stay dry. And then after that, we'll see those increase and then move out of here into early Friday morning. But we're going to take a look at Hurricane Beryl now. Still a Category 4 storm. You can see getting close to Cuba now at this point, and it will make landfall again near the Yucatan Peninsula. It is packing wind speeds of 145 miles per hour and moving west-northwest at 28 miles per hour. So not quite as strong as what we had yesterday, but still a very strong storm nonetheless. Still close to a Category 5 storm, and it looks impressive on satellite and radar. 84 today and tomorrow. We're down to 75, which is below average by about 7 degrees tomorrow. 79, or Friday, not tomorrow, 84 tomorrow, 75 Friday. And then after that, for the weekend, we're near 80 degrees.
This summer, Phoebe Bacon is headed to her second straight Olympic Games. Sports director Zach Hanley caught up with one of the best Badgers to ever touch the water as she looks to reach the podium in Paris.
And here's the national champ from 2021.
Following her 2 titles at the Big Ten Championships,
And it is Phoebe Bacon.
Phoebe Bacon capped off her senior season at Wisconsin with an NCAA championship in the 200-meter backstroke.
It's been an amazing year, and I'm so thankful I kind of accomplished everything that I did accomplish.
Her season, though, wasn't all standing atop the podium.
I could honestly say this was probably the first year that I had a lot of not so great practices.
But Bacon continued to work to perfect her craft.
Throughout the whole year, I was just trying to learn and get better.
Next to her is Phoebe Bacon.
And it paid off on the big stage.
We know that I have another gear I can hit.
And Bacon is below her in lane 5, just ahead of Curzan to get that other spot.
I pushed off that wall, and I was like, I'm getting my hand to that wall. There was no ifs, ands, or buts.
And Bacon did. Touching the wall second in the 200-meter backstroke.
It's like that second of like, scan over, scan up and down the board, and then I saw the second place and just breathed out, felt like I could actually just relax for a second. I was so happy. I wanted to cry, like so many emotions kind of pouring into me at once.
Sending her back to the Olympics for the second time.
It still hasn't fully set in with me what making the Olympics 2 times kind of really means.
Where she'll represent the Badger red, white, and blue on the world stage in Paris.
It's a really special thing, and I think that's just like part of being a Badger.
In Madison, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
Still ahead, decorations on Boston trains. And coming up in our next half hour, how was a Wisconsinite able to make a semi-truck that can go on the water? See for yourself. And as we head to break, a look at gas prices this morning. We'll be right back.
Susan Simon, News 3 Now at 4 and 5 weekdays moving forward.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
We're a family-owned farm. With all the deliveries we make to stores and restaurants, when gas prices go up, we get hit pretty hard. We all know these big oil companies make huge profits off us. And I just think, how many guys like me do they have to screw over to make money? When I heard about President Biden's plan to crack down on big oil companies, I thought, okay, thank God. Because it's about damn time big oil companies started paying their fair share.
Hanson's windows, roofing, siding, gutters, bathtubs, and showers are guaranteed. Get 60% off installation or enjoy no interest and no payments for 1 year.
Call 1-800-HANSON's. Get it done.
You've got this. 10 days, 2 kids, and the open road. Tourist traps? Set. Souvenir allowances? Dispersed. Juice boxes? Abundant. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you, with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. So when must-see attractions become must-pay with cash adventures, we've got you.
Mom, why is the front door open?
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Want to see some serious fireworks? Because we're stepping up the savings during the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress.
Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Factory Direct Summit. Now, only $299.99.
Or save up to $500 on an all-new Tempur-Breeze and get a $300 gift.
Plus 6 years, no interest, and free shipping.
But hurry, the Star-Spangled 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
I'm coming to you live from Wisconsin, where the Wisconsin Lottery's newest scratch game is taking over. Let me tell you, this is big. Are you getting this? It's Winning Streak, a brand new $10 scratch game. Match any of your numbers to winning numbers or reveal 3 identical numbers in a row. You could win up to $100,000. So cool. Now available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
To stay on top of my game, I need to keep up my energy.
Cliff Bar is purposely crafted with 10 grams of protein and organic oats.
Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out.
Cliff, the most important ingredient is you.
Treatment for depression looks different for every veteran. Transcranial magnetic stimulation is a non-invasive treatment that might be right for you. Talk to your VA provider about TMS. Find more information at mentalhealth.va.gov/TMS.
And we're starting this morning with a My News 3 morning photo from Corinne Richardson. Take a look at this.
I love it. Beautiful colors.
Yes, we've got all of the warm colors, a little bit of cool at the top getting in there. It honestly looks like an oil painting.
It does. That's a lot of our pictures, like yesterday of the lake with the water, the sunset reflecting on the water. A lot of these pictures just look like people don't take them with their phones, you know?
Yes, they look too good to be taken by a phone. And this looks like somebody had a really nice car ride. So don't forget to send us your pictures with that hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll share them around this time every morning. Trending right now, Boston's mass transit agency has listened to riders and responded. That's why anyone who rides a train or trolley in the city might see this. Take a look, and yes, That is exactly what you think it is. Those are googly eyes.
It took me a minute to realize.
An organized campaign asked Massachusetts Bay Transportation to install them, and the agency looked into it and says it found a way to safely apply them. So now, if you're lucky, you might see a train or trolley looking back at you. And they're only googly eyes on 5 vehicles. So once again, you have to be lucky. The agency says it hopes to bring moments of joy to riders.
Really like that.
Me too. Plus, a California artist has created an unusual piece of furniture based on stereotypes to show support for Black farmers and strike up conversations. So there's a seat for everyone at James Shields' watermelon couch. This artist took his unique artwork down south to strike up conversations with Black farmers who have overcome immense obstacles and endured systemic racism spanning generations. Shields says the couch represents the disbursement of stereotypes and that it's a spiritual mission in regards to being on a journey. He aims to tap into the past and is already on the next leg of their trip because him and his couch are heading the next 3 months. They're heading to follow the migration routes of 20th century Southern Black families seeking better opportunities.
Love the meaning behind this, and the couch is so cool looking.
The couch is
Really
great,
looks
and
like a
it
watermelon.
definitely sparks up conversation, and then he can take it wherever he wants to. I love that.
Absolutely. I want to know where he got his idea from.
That is very curious. So tell us about what we're looking at weather-wise tomorrow.
Yeah, the 4th of July, we're tracking isolated thunderstorms and showers early in the day. I don't think that'll cause too many issues with plans, but a few of you guys across southern Wisconsin definitely will see downpours, brief though, and then a better chance of widespread rain and storms that's going to come overnight. We're down to 75 Friday.
Okay, so not too bad. We've got a little firework action able to happen.
I think so.
Okay.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Performances begin July 9th at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Spring has finally arrived and summer is on the way. Don't let a broken air conditioner make you hot and uncomfortable. Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning is your locally owned and operated Bryant dealer. We'll do whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable all summer long. We focus on safety and sanitation while we work in your home. Call Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning today, 608-845-9353.
Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning, putting your comfort first.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Your policy's updated.
Because we know your house is where their dreams begin.
Impressive.
Thanks, Caleb.
And our agents are here to help you feel protected, so your family can pursue their dreams.
Hey.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Celebrate Independence Day with the Madison Nightmares. Head out to Warner Park on July 4th for exciting softball action and a spectacular fireworks display after the game. Get your tickets today. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Nightmares Softball.
Right now, a home explosion in Lafayette. We'll have the details along with the condition of the resident. Plus, one-on-one with the police chief of Madison, how he views the department's efforts in preventing violent crime.
We're starting to see a little bit of blue peek through those clouds. We'll talk about when sunshine's going to return and timeout storm chances for Independence Day tomorrow.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Michelle Renee Quinn, filling in for Chris Stanford, who's off this week. Thanks for joining us on News 3 Now this morning. And after the gray skies yesterday, I know I'm hoping for some sunshine. Let's head back to Savannah. Our meteorologist, Savannah Brito, with your credited most accurate forecast.
Thanks, Michelle Renee. We will see some sunshine, which is some good news, but after those clouds clear out, by mid to late morning, we'll start to eventually see more clouds decrease and more sunshine move back in. It's still going to be very humid outside, sticky. You'll notice that as soon as you step foot outdoor. That's going to actually stay with us the next several days, even into next week, unfortunately. 67 currently in Madison, 66 in Waunakee, 68 in Oregon. Surrounding areas, mainly south and southeast of Madison, that's where it's warmer. Janesville is still sitting at 72, so you can see that color contour where the oranges are. That's the area that is dealing with a little bit warmer of temperatures out there. How about for the 4th of July, though? We're tracking some isolated storms and also humidity levels that are yet again going to rise out there for your Thursday, especially Thursday night into Friday. That's when we'll see the greatest chance of at least better or widespread storms. We'll time those out and show what future track could look like. Talk about the threats, too, we could see tomorrow going forward, coming up a little later.
Thanks, Savannah. And heading to our top stories this morning, authorities are investigating a home explosion in the town of Lafayette. It leveled a home on Culo Road yesterday at 5. A man was taken from the scene to a hospital by a Flight for Life helicopter. He was believed to be the only person inside the home at the time of the blast, but his condition is unknown at this time. An update on a fire on the east side of Madison. One crew is still at the scene monitoring after spending the night there. This after dozens of fire units spent hours yesterday attempting to extinguish a fire in a commercial building. 911 callers reported hearing an explosion at a warehouse-type building on Vondran Road at around noon, followed by plumes of black smoke seen coming from the building. Madison Fire says large cardboard boxes were being stored inside, and that was helping fuel the fire. It's not known at this time what led to the explosion and fire, but no one was hurt. To continuing coverage in Adams County, where authorities are investigating what appears to be a double homicide. It comes after the bodies of a mother and her adult son were found dead on a Strongs Prairie property. The body of 62-year-old Sharon Miller was first discovered Thursday morning after deputies were called to a home for a welfare check. They didn't find her there, but noticed the ground disturbed, got a search warrant, and dug up a body. Initially, they didn't know where her son, 37-year-old Jamie Lumby, was and wanted to get in contact with him. But his body was later discovered on the property. Both deaths are being investigated as homicides after autopsies were performed. We've reached out to the sheriff's office for a photo of Miller, but haven't received one at this time. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says it has not identified any suspects so far. To Juneau County, where we now know the names of those who died from a house fire over the weekend. They are 66-year-old Stephen Lance Whitty, 30-year-old Cheris Ann Cool, 35-year-old Lydia Marie Whitty, and 3 kids aged 2, 5, and 8. The family was renting the home while on vacation. The Juneau County Sheriff's Office says the fire appears to be accidental in nature. The fire is raising questions about how short-term rental homes are regulated. The home was in the township of Germantown near Necedah. Germantown does not regulate rental properties, but both Juneau and the state of Wisconsin do. And as of Sunday, the owner of the home did not have a rental license, meaning it should not have been listed as a short-term rental. Juneau County officials say these rentals through companies like Airbnb and Vrbo are becoming increasingly popular, and it's resulted in more eyes on the regulations of these short-stay agreements meant to ensure properties are up to health and safety codes.
We require smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors dependent on fuel burning appliances and sleeping rooms. So yeah, there are regulations that we follow, and then there's obvious building code and fire code as well.
County officials say the fine for operating without a license like this one is double the licensing fee. As for the cause of the fire, that's still unknown at this time. To Rock County, where the district attorney says a Beloit police officer acted lawfully when shooting and killing a stabbing suspect earlier this year. No charges will be filed against Officer Cole Guiley. 54-year-old Gregory Tracy was shot by Guiley inside a home in May. Officers say Tracy used 2 knives to stab his girlfriend dozens of times. She was able to escape from the home while officers spoke to Tracy, still armed with the blades. He claimed 2 grandchildren were inside, allegedly saying, "I've got one right here," when officers asked where the children were. Tracy then reportedly moved away from the door, leading Guiley to fire 3 times. All 3 shots hit Tracy, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. A search of the home found no children inside. Since taking over as Madison Police Chief in 2021, Sean Barnes has made an effort for his department to reduce violent crime and improve transparency. In the first half of 2024, Madison has seen just 2 homicides. Sitting down with Barnes, he says that's an improvement over the 7 from the first half of last year, telling us this is thanks to help from both the community and his department.
I saw a report about another city in America. They've had 3, and they were being heralded as doing something right. We've had 2, so I think we're doing something right as well. And I think our officers and staff are to be commended.
This conversation came less than a month after a weekend in which there were 3 shootings in Madison. You can find the full conversation on our website, channel3000.com. And here's a live look at the White House. We are 124 days out from the election, and President Joe Biden is having to restore voters' confidence in him after a shaky debate performance. As part of that effort, the president will travel to Madison this Friday for a rally. His campaign confirmed the plans yesterday. Biden last visited Madison in early April, giving a speech about his student loan debt relief plan at Madison College. He also visited and spoke at a union training center in DeForest in February 2023. The White House has not yet announced specific plans for this week's visit. For voters this fall, reproductive rights will serve as one of many issues when considering candidates. Now, the Wisconsin Supreme Court says it will hear challenges to the state's 175-year-old abortion ban. One case was brought by Planned Parenthood and is asking the court to create the constitutional right to abortion. With the court now having 4-3 liberal majority, it's very likely this could happen. We asked Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin what that would mean for the service here.
If the court does establish that our state constitution protects that right, certainly I think we will need to look at other abortion restrictions and how those might measure up under a Wisconsin state constitutional protection to abortion.
Abortion in Wisconsin remains legal right now due to a decision by a Dane County judge. The judge said the 1849 law that was thought to outlaw abortion does not apply to consensual medical abortions. While legal across the state, abortions are only being performed at Planned Parenthood locations in Dane, Milwaukee, and Sheboygan counties. A bilingual nonprofit dental clinic here in Madison is celebrating what will soon be its new home. Affordable dental care will move into a new facility on Aberg Avenue on the city's north side, not far from its current location on Fordham Ave. The 4,000 square foot space will feature 8 treatment rooms, a conference room, lab, sterilization space, and more.
It's very rewarding to be able to give people their smiles back. I think it's a silent language, a smile, and it really speaks volumes about our being and everything.
Affordable Dental Care believes it will be able to serve up to 5,000 patients a year in this new space. Many patients who are long overdue for a proper teeth cleaning. Coming up after the break, how one Wisconsinite was able to get a semi-truck, a homemade semi-truck, out on the water. You don't want to miss this story.
And we are tracking isolated to scattered thunderstorms for your 4th of July holiday. We'll time those out coming up.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
It's Red, White, and Bargains during Hy-Vee's 4-day sale this Monday through Thursday. 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. Whole seedless watermelon, just $3.98 each. Fresh ground chuck, just $3.98 a pound. Ritz crackers or Chips Ahoy cookies, just $1.99. Our special recipe brats or patties, 10 for just $10. And Lay's kettle-cooked rolled gold or munchies, just $1.99 each when you buy 4. Monday through Thursday, only at Hy-Vee.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And your Ford dealer is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains. Get your ideal combination of power and capability with gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it.
Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford Edge and get 0% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur-Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer. Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy-efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
When severe weather swept through southern Wisconsin.
This is a tornado emergency.
Including multiple destructive tornadoes. Our team delivered the information to help you be prepared and stay safe before, during, and after the storms. Trust News 3 Now First Warn Weather. The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now. With more than 160 cases closed and over $444,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back. Summer's here, and that means a lot of Wisconsinites are getting their boats out and on the water. But don't feel intimidated if you're pushing off from your dock and see what appears to be a semi-truck barrel through the water in front of your speedboat. Armand Rahman found out about this and has the story.
Building your own semi-truck is impressive enough.
It's got full air horns. It's got headlights, running lights.
But on the outside, this one's missing some wheels. Now, I don't have a CDL, but you don't need one to get this rig out, not on the open road, but the open water.
You pull her in?
It's the brainchild of John Yock.
The 1997 Peterbilt semi pontoon.
Each year for the past few, John's had a project. But why build the semi-pontoon?
To see if I could.
No engineering degree needed. John used to be a welding fabrication machine operator.
I used to be a maintenance man, and then I started a landscaping business in 1999, and then kind of semi-retired.
But there was nothing semi about the 700 hours he spent on the semi-pontoon at his home in Custer. Made with real truck parts from across the country he had to find.
Every piece has been modified, cut, rewelded, lightened up, gutted out. Everybody pitched in. Wife, she kind of left me alone so I could get it done.
His wife gave him the time and the name.
She came up with semi-conscious. People see it and they're like, what the heck? Had to be semi-conscious to build, be able to, to do it and have fun with it.
The chassis is 250 pounds of real aluminum Peterbilt with a keg that John's looking to get working soon too.
And the front, I've got all hinged. So that's going to be used for storage. So the grill opens up.
The pontoon has a top speed of about 25 miles per hour, and I can confirm it drives as smooth as a 16-wheeler.
Pulls up out of the water really nice, and it feels good. It steers, and you actually feel like you're sitting in a semi. I didn't build it for speed. It's just for having fun.
Welcome to Wisconsin. Look at this thing.
The semi-conscious is blowing up on TikTok, and it even made one person blink twice when that horn broke through the calm scene where they went camping once.
A guy pulled in and thought that the semi had backed right into the water because I had it up on shore at our site, so he could just see the top half of the semi sticking out of the water.
That's the load this semi's always lugging. Smiles.
Usually wherever we go, you stop at Sandbar. Everybody wants to take pictures and look inside, but I think it was worth it.
In the town of Custer, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Now, this is hard to top, but John's already looking ahead to the next project. He wants to build an all-terrain machine that floats to go from land to water for him to fish. Now let's see what the fishing weather looks like. Savannah Brito is here now with your first warn weather.
Don't they like water or rain when fishing? Doesn't that mean the fish bite better or something like that? I don't know. We're not going to see rain today, though. But tomorrow, isolated to scattered showers. Early, I think the better chance, at least best chance for widespread storms and really showers in general, that's going to come overnight. Temperatures today and tomorrow not going to be a problem, near normal or even a few degrees above it. We're starting the morning off well above average, though. 67, that's your current temperature in Madison, 69 in Stoughton, 67 in Middleton. There are some warmer areas that's mainly just confined south and southeastward, couple 70s. Milwaukee and Janesville also sitting in the 70s this morning. Severe weather, strong to severe weather chances isolated for your 4th of July tomorrow. If we are able to see these hold together, isolated hail, some gusty winds, I think that's mainly going to be what we have to worry about after the sunshine we see out there later today. Clouds right now, that'll kind of be similar tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and clouds. This would mainly be looking at the late evening, early overnight hours or early nighttime hours. And like I said, wind and hail are biggest threats. These storms will remain elevated, so tornado threat not there tomorrow. Could see some flooding just because of how wet it's been lately and how much rain we've received at the end of June and then heading into July too. I do think we'll see isolated downpours and pockets of heavier showers. Could affect some of your evening plans tomorrow between 4 and 5. Those are set to develop on radar. That's when clouds will be a little bit more widespread across the area too. But the best chance of steady showers, that's kind of going to hold off or should hold off until most fireworks shows are done, say about 10, 11. I think the better chances at that point in time still northwest of Madison, but we will see a line move through the area into early Friday morning. Beyond that, we're going to dry up, though. I think we keep that scattered chance of storms, though, for Friday morning at least. And then Saturday will be dry, 79 for the first half of this upcoming weekend, 80 on Sunday, more storms. But we stay near normal the next several days besides that 75 that we're going to fall to. So a little cooler on Friday, Michelle Renee.
Thank you, Savannah. It's 6:47. Let's check in with the Midwest Farm Report's Pam Yonke. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning, Michelle. Yeah, here we are on Wednesday, ready for all kinds of activity going into the 4th of July weekend. And I'll tell you what, Wisconsin's alive with activity all across the state of a livestock sort. Taking you up to northeast Wisconsin, where we've got the National Brown Swiss Convention on hand. First time in more than a decade, Wisconsin's gotten a chance to host the folks that are in love with those beautiful brown cows. They'll be at the Brown County Fairgrounds with the livestock, also holding their convention at the KI Center. Jake Hushin, who is one of the Wisconsin coordinators, says that they've got cattle coming in literally from across the state. 80 head, 50 head that are going to be going on part of the sale catalog for Saturday. So they invite everybody to stop on by. It is open to the general public if you want to be a part of it. They suggest maybe tomorrow if you want to see some of the cattle judging, or Saturday for the sale. If you're heading up to that neck of the woods, please bear in mind it is cherry picking season in Door County. We found out about it from Jim Sequest. Honestly, he's one of the last Wisconsin cherry growers we've got in Door County, and he said this year's crop is a banger crop. 15 million pounds of cherries is what Jim says Sequest Orchards can handle. Right now, he says they're knocking on the door. So they're looking for a lot of folks to begin the U-pick process this weekend up in Door County. And he said then probably around July 11th, they'll bring in the mechanical harvesters to pick the rest of the fruit. He said the early cool weather didn't bother the trees at all, but he said they're done with all this moisture. The moisture has, though, allowed that fruit to really plump up nicely. So the quality of this year's cherry crop looks to be very, very good. Just another thing to consider if you're headed that way for your 4th of July break. Quick look at calendar items because we don't take a break when it comes to activities on the horizon. A couple different things to remember. Don't forget, Stoughton Junior Fair is going on at Mant Park in Stoughton. That officially gets started today. Marquette County Fair up in Westfield. That's also going to get started this week, continue through the 4th of July weekend, so kind of bear that in mind. And looking ahead, I'd love to have you join us for our FFA Foundation golf outing. That's a little bit farther in the month of July, still accepting your foursomes. If you'd like to support the blue and gold, we'd love to have you. Monday, July 22nd, just check out WisconsinAgEd.org or let me know, and I'll get you connected as well. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Pam Yankee, News 3 this morning.
Thanks, Pam. And coming up in the morning sprint, a potential drug to treat Alzheimer's. How soon it could be available. We'll have that and the day's other top headlines. But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can celebrate and show their picture on TV. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning.
Wisconsin Broadcasters. Local, trusted, connected.
Need inspiration? Shop Pick and Save. For over 30,000 mouth-watering choices, plus savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Pick and Save is worth it every time. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We're a family-owned farm. With all the deliveries we make to stores and restaurants, when gas prices go up, we get hit pretty hard. We all know these big oil companies make huge profits off us. And I just think, how many guys like me do they have to screw over to make money? When I heard about President Biden's plan to crack down on big oil companies, I thought, okay, thank God. Because it's about damn time big oil companies started paying their fair share.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower. So he went right to work on handling the project. That's him going online, researching bathtub and shower installers. And there he is, calling a few places to get an estimate. I think he's procrastinating.
Call 1-800-HANSONS for a new shower or bathtub you'll love. Installed in as little as 1 day.
It's okay. I called 1-800-HANSONS.
We custom fit your new bathtub or shower into your existing space for a fast, convenient, and hassle-free installation with any safety features your family needs. Safety bars, seats, and more with a no-leak guarantee.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna call 1-800-HANSONS.
That's great, hon.
Get 60% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain. Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Purple. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma. How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
It's 6:53, time for the morning sprint. Authorities are investigating a home explosion in the town of Lafayette. It leveled a home on Culo Road yesterday afternoon at 5. A man was taken from the scene to hospital by a Flight for Life helicopter. He's believed to be the only person inside the home at the time of the blast, but his condition is unknown at this time. In Adams County, authorities are investigating what appears to be a double homicide. The body of 62-year-old Sharon Miller was first discovered Thursday morning after deputies were called for a welfare check. They later found the body of 37-year-old Jamie Lumby, also on the property. No suspects have yet been identified. One crew is still at the scene of the fire on the east side of Madison. It began yesterday and resulted in dozens of fire units spending hours trying to put it out. 911 callers reported hearing an explosion at a warehouse-type building around noon. It's not known at this time what led to the explosion or fire, but no one was hurt. And we now know the names of those who died from a house fire in Juneau County. They are 66-year-old Stephen Lance Whitty, 38-year-old Karis Ann Cool, and 35-year-old Lydia Marie Whitty, and 3 kids aged 2, 5, and 8. The family was renting a home while on vacation. The Juneau County Sheriff's Office says the fire appears to be accidental in nature. And President Biden will travel to Madison Friday for a rally. The specific details about when and where he'll be haven't been shared by the White House just yet. Biden last visited Madison in early April, giving a speech about his student loan debt relief plan at Madison College. He also visited and spoke at a union training center in DeForest during a visit in February 2023. Monroe police are warning people to not give out their social security number over the phone. They say residents are receiving phone calls allegedly from the Social Security Administration. This is a scam. The callers tell residents their numbers are suspended because of suspicious activity. But officials say the SSA would send mail rather than make calls and would not ask for your number to begin with, as they have that information already. And the FDA drug approved a new drug to treat Alzheimer's, a disease affecting almost 7 million Americans. It will be sold under the brand name Kisunla and was approved for patients in the early stage of the disease. It works by using an antibody to remove amyloid plaques that damage the brain. It slows cognitive decline overall by about 22% over 18 months.
Well, temperatures will range from the lower to mid 80s today and tomorrow. For the 4th of July, isolated to scattered showers and storms early in the day. Couple downpours, but I think our greatest chance will hold off until the overnight hours, which is good news for anyone with plans tomorrow.
That is good news. Thanks, Savannah.
Thank you.
And thanks for tuning in with us. Have a great one.